In this video, this wonderful Citroën Arcadian is going in for a small service. The car is running very nice, but it has got trouble starting in the morning, especially after days where it's not been driven. One theory is that the fuel seems to be draining back to the tank when it stands. So I think the non-return valve in the fuel pump is broken. And also it could be a problem with the needle valve in the carb, but let's see. Other than that, it's just going in for a small service with spark plug wires, and it's getting a new fuel pump. And that's pretty much it. And then we will see if it starts good again afterwards. Here we have the parts. Okay, so here we have the engine, a very small 0.6 liters 2 cylinders air-cooled engine, producing around, I can't actually remember, but between, I think it's 28 on this one. Some of them are 32 and some of them are lower than that. But it's a very nice engine and very compact and easy to work on. The job for today is to change the spark plugs right here and right here. And this one will also be changed. It's the coil. It's a bit... so it's a very simple system. The coil is producing spark at the same time. So when this piston in this side is at the top, it will spark, but it will also spark at this side even though the piston is not at the top. And the coil is known for overheating, especially when not driving that fast, so there's not coming any air in to cool it. And especially also if you leave it on, the ignition on without the engine on, it will overheat the coil very badly. And when the coil has been overheated once, it will never really be up to the task as it was before the overheat. And you will get quite a lot of weird symptoms out of that. A lot of Citroën drivers are having two of these lying around. Some of them even leave it up here so you have two, so you can just switch it over, because when it overheats it won't work, then you can switch to the other one. So, and the spark plugs are pretty old on this one and very stiff, so we will be changing them as well. A problem is that they will often arc, the spark will go on the outside of the wire and short into the chassis, and then you will get drivability problems. But the other thing we are going to do is we are going to change the fuel pump, because it seems as though the fuel is leaking back to the tank through this one, and I will try to test that as well. So yeah, that will be the first job, to take the airbox off, the fuel pump off, the ignition coil off, and the wires and the plugs. Okay, with the airbox removed, I can see to the fuel pump, and I have rigged this little system up to test it. Here's the pump, and a hose goes up, and I put this little, yeah, I don't know what they are called on English. But now I will try to test if it works by filling up some petrol here and making sure that you can see it, like so. And now we'll have to focus a bit on the level. Okay, so you can, as you can see now, the level has dropped below the funnel. That's the name of it. This means that the fuel is leaking back through the hose, back through the pump, and back to the tank, or to the lowest point at least in the fuel system. Okay, the new pump is in. It's a fiddly thing to get in there. There's not a lot of room, but it's possible. It is fitted with a new gasket. And I set up this test stand again. You can see the level right there. I will check back in 5 minutes and see if it's still there. While waiting for the test to work, I have removed the top of the carb, and as you can see, it is very dirty inside. There's a lot of particles, and I need to clean that out. And then I'm going to test the needle valve, and yeah, but 5 minutes has passed, and the level in the little test is there, and I think it's about the same place as before, so I would say that it's working now. Yeah. Next step is to test the needle valve. Here's the needle valve right there. Open, closes. The way you can test it is to blow inside this nozzle, and when it's lying on its upside down right now. So when it's like this, the fuel level should be at its highest and the valve should be closed. So if I blow into this, nothing should happen. Let's test. And I cannot blow. And now let's try to blow into it with it open. And I could. That means that it's working, but it's sticking. Needs quite a lot of force to open it when it's open up like this. So it would be a good thing to just change it, especially because there's so much debris in the carb. So all that debris has most likely come through this little valve, so it's pretty gunged up. And I have one lying around right there. So we'll be changing that, and then we will check the float level. Okay, I didn't film it when it happened, but this stuff lying on the table right there came out of the needle valve when I banged it. So it's pretty dirty, that's for sure. Clean could probably fix it up, but I have one, so I'm going to change it. And I think this valve combined with the fuel pump leaking back has given the car a hard time starting, because it had to pump the gas all the way up, and this little valve made it hard to come through because it wouldn't really open. Those two things combined, I think, is one of the issues about the starting, and most likely the only reason. Okay, next bit is to check the float level. I'll just try to get the lighting a bit more precise. Didn't help much, but a bit. The thing you're going to measure is the distance between the little plastic dot on the float right there, the middle, and the top of the gasket surface right there. And it should be 18 millimeters. And right now it's 23.7. And this is because I don't think it was this much out of tune with the other one, but the new valve is another shape and is higher. So what I'm going to do is to bend this tab a bit upwards until we get 18 millimeters from here to here on both sides, and they can only vary by 1 millimeters. So yeah. Okay, I made a mistake. I was wondering why the needle valve was a different height than the other one I took out. And It didn't really make sense to me, so I checked my order when I ordered the part, and this needle valve is for the 400 and something cubic engine, the old one, and not the new one. So out it goes again, and then I have cleaned up the old valve, and then that will have to do, and then I will have to reset the floats once again. Okay, the new, the old needle valve is back in and cleaned and working, and the float valve, the float it's called, is it's within spec. Okay, I have cleaned out the carb, and I was thinking about why it was so dirty. It was pretty extreme, and why the needle valve was blocked and why the pump was broken, because everything seems like it looked like new parts and good parts. Take note that the level is still the same. And then I checked. The fuel filter is placed quite oddly on these cars. This is where the fuel filter is supposed to be, and there is none. This car's problem is a missing fuel filter, and yeah, that has given a lot of other problems, but that is the beginning of all the problems. Okay, so now I will be putting in a fuel filter. I've just been to the shop and collected a fuel filter and a couple of Jubilee clips, and look, my local shops only sell them in a small bag, so when I need two, I get 2 small bags. Yeah, pretty stupid, but that's the way it is. Also, the fuel filter was in this bag, and in the bag it was in its own bag. Okay, and so I'll just clamp this off right here to not spill too much fuel. Like so. And then I will cut the hose right here. Like so. Then I will put the fuel filter like this. And remember the Jubilee. Yeah. It's very difficult to film with a mobile phone, but you get the point. I will put the other Jubilee clip in and tighten it up, and then the car has a filter. New coil, new plug wires and plugs, and the fuel pump and the filter has been put on, so it doesn't happen again. And the carb has been cleaned out, so the car should be ready to run again for a long time. These are actually quite reliable cars, so yeah. Normally you would do an oil change as well in a service like this, but that has been done for not so long ago. Also, you should check your valve clearance on these engines, but I have also done that a couple of months back, and actually the car has not been driven since that, so those are perfect. Yeah. Let's check if it will start. Most likely there will be a long cranking time, because that the float chamber in the carb is not full anymore because I cleaned it. So let's see. It runs completely perfect.